Yo, what's going on, guys? Jay Cobb here. Now, you see the title, right? I actually thought that dying or giving up was literally better than life itself. All right, now, here's one of the topics that people really don't talk about, all right? And we're talking about depression, suicidal thoughts, really just having that vent, right? A lot of people don't have a vent, guys, and this doesn't necessarily mean that you have someone, to talk to. People really don't know what makes them happy, right? They actually think that hitting a specific goal, possibly living in a specific size home, a size bank account, maybe being in a perfect relationship, whatever the case may be, we have this myth of what happiness is, guys, and I want to share something with you guys. All right, so here's the deal, man. Maybe some of you guys can relate. All right, maybe some of you guys are in this actual situation right now. This video is to encourage you guys that no matter what you're going through, man, literally don't give up, because if I had given up, guys, this is just some of the things that I would missed out on, right? And of course, at the time of this video, guys, I have met some amazing people. I have an amazing community. Life is different, right? But not very long ago, it wasn't that, all right? And I'm gonna read this, guys, all right? So I actually made a Facebook post, okay? Now, here's the cool thing about Facebook. Facebook allows you to go back in your memories. A lot of times we're so caught up on the next thing, like trying to make that post, trying to see what's trending, just, catching up with friends, and we never stop to really just look back. But if you go to your Facebook page, guys, and click your memories, you can see, from last year and beyond, some of the things that you were actually going through, some of the things some ways you used to think, whatever the case may be. And that's actually something that I do, a couple of times a month, just to kind of see, how far I've come, guys, because it gets tough on this road, all right? So I'm gonna put this right here so you guys can actually read along with me, all right? So as you see right here, guys, it stated that this is 5 years ago, okay? Now, here's what I want to point out first, okay? Both of these posts were made on this day, all right? And I can't remember, but I think I had made like 9 posts that day, right? Now, I want you to think about this. You're like, 9 posts? Like, yeah, 9 posts. I remember posting, guys, because I was so hurt. Right? I remember just like, how we use social media as an outlet, we just post our feelings, what we're going through. I think I did like 9 posts that day. And I'm pretty sure they all wasn't good posts. But I picked these 2, guys, and they both were 5 years ago, okay? So back in 2014, here's really what I wanted to point out. The one that's on the bottom, it states that it's at 7:54 a.m. So I started my day with a thought like this: sometimes I feel I need to climb to the highest point on earth and yell from the pit of my stomach. Maybe then I can regain strength to carry on, right? So right then, I was basically crying out for help, guys, right? And look, I say this, I feel like I'm one of the most, I don't want to say positive because this don't kind of coincide, but I'm an open-minded individual, okay? I realized that something wasn't right, but I couldn't really pinpoint what it was. What we do is we cope with our problems with posts, alcohol, smoking, being negative, right? We all do things in different ways. And at the time, guys, I was posting about it, right? But that same day, it says, or I posted that this world is full of hate, crime, non-believers, etc. People say all we can do is pray for a better tomorrow. Well, I believe not waking up in this world may be a better tomorrow. We're supposed to keep faith because that's what sustains us. Push through another day of uncertainty. Now, if you notice, this was about 2 o'clock that evening, okay? And the line that stuck out to me was, well, I believe not waking up in this world may not be a better tomorrow. And I mean, literally, that's a suicidal thought, okay? If I had taken my life this day or a couple of days later, this post would have been like, okay, Cobb had suicidal thoughts, and no one probably would have caught this until it was too late, right? But if you notice, the last sentence was that we're supposed to keep faith because that's what sustains us to push through another day of uncertainty. Even though I said that, I still had some fight. I still had something that I was trying to push through, right? But this was 5 years ago, guys, and I was in a ton of debt, right? Life had hit me. it was just a hard time, right? And of course, maybe some of you guys can relate. I think back on these instances, guys, and yes, I've had thoughts of taking my life at one point, guys, because we feel like that's the easiest way out. You know, life gets so hard, we get so overwhelmed, and we feel like, you know what, the best thing to do is to check out. I'm guilty of this. That's why I'm sharing this with you guys. Like, these are some of the things we forget. I actually scrolled, you know, a little bit into more of the recent time. Now, keep in mind, 2014, guys, I wasn't a marketer yet. I didn't come into the marketing entrepreneurial space until 2015. Okay, so a whole year later, I literally take it as my life was spared, because a whole year later, my life took a turn. That's when I was introduced to my first opportunity. I actually started reading books. I started, you know, attending events. I started connecting with different people. But check this out. This was 1 year ago from yesterday. Just 4 years ago, I was drowning in debt with no clear path of how I was going to get out. Damn near borderline depression, because I knew life was not supposed to be this way. Screw your beliefs. I'm not claiming that that's part of life shit. You want to know what literally changed everything for me? Being optimistic. Simply saying yes to an opportunity. An opportunity I knew nothing about, but I knew was my only way out. With no idea on how things were going to turn out, I jumped in. My life has shifted in a way I somewhat imagined. 2 years later, consumer debt free, met, shook hands, and took pictures with my first millionaire mentor, and now having 2 millionaire mentors as of 2018 is simply magical. The month of May is bringing a life-changing experience that can't wait to share with you guys that still has me in disbelief. Then there's a little part here which was clipped. Life is about connecting and locking arms for the greater, and it was something else I can't remember exactly, but my point is this. This was last year, okay? And I remember this was about a month before I was going to hang out with my most recent mentor at that time, guys. Both of these posts were made basically the same date, April 22nd. One was just last year, the other one was 5 years ago. If I had taken that pain that I was dealing with and just accepted it as the norm, and that's why I said in there, you know, a lot of people be like, well, that's just part of life, right? It is, but at the end of the day, I had to realize that, okay, something hit me, like you know what, the situation that you're in, you caused this. No one done this to you. Until I took full accountability, responsibility, and I accepted that I put myself here, it was game on. And I literally shifted my mindset, and like I said, I was presented with an opportunity the following year. A lot of times you're presented with opportunities, you're presented with solutions to your problem, but you have to be optimistic. You have to literally say, okay, what I'm about to embark on is far more greater than what I'm leaving behind. And guys, as you can read, back in 2014, I was hurt. So anything, you know, within reason, I was down for it, guys, and literally has changed my life. I have read, you know, almost 40 books at the time of this video, you know, like I said, and a few other things that has happened just in this past year, right? But I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, for those that are hurting right now, for those that may feel like you cannot make it out this struggle, right, this storm, I'm here to encourage you guys. First of all, you got to literally accept full responsibility. You got to say, I done this to myself. Until you make that commitment and literally put your mind on, okay, I done this to myself, you're the only person that can get you out. And I had to really accept that no one is coming to save me, and I'm just honored, guys, even to do this video, because if I had taken my life, I wouldn't be doing this video. And there are some people that have taken their life that was in similar situations. So, you know, I give God the glory for that, guys. And I hope you guys got value, man. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And let me know in the comments, guys, if, you know, you have experienced this, or you know someone that has experienced this type of pain. Share this video out, man. And I will see you guys on the internet. It's your boy J Cobb. Be humble, be consistent, be you.